Okay, so I have my bowl here with my brush. I'm gonna mix everything up together with that. I use 30 volume developer. I have a big jug because duh, I'm a hairstylist. But I also have this. This is the bleach that I like to use. Focus. And then we have the wig. Now I sprayed a little bit of Gots to Be and combed the hairs back so I don't bleach them. So in order to bleach just one wig, just this 5x5 closure wig, I'll say you need about a half a scoop like that. But since I have other hair to customize, I'm gonna go ahead and put in a full scoop. And then I'm going to, I don't measure my bleach. I literally just make sure that I have it like cake batter. So what I do is I try to cover the top of the bleach like that. And then I just mix. Okay, so see this? That's a good thick consistency for me. It's thick, it's not runny. I want it to be thick. Now you can bleach whatever you're bleaching, whether it be a closure, a frontal, whatever. You can bleach it twice when you're using 30 volume developer. If you're using 20, I'll say you could do it 3 times, but if you're bleaching that many times, it's because you're not leaving the bleach on long enough. Now you could bleach, for me, my limit is twice, 30 minutes each time. Usually it bleaches within the first time, but yeah, so usually it bleaches the first time, but depending on the hair, I get sent a lot of Amazon wigs, a lot of AliExpress wigs, mainly Amazon wigs. So with those, the knots are a little stubborn, so I will bleach it twice. I do it for 30 minutes each time if it's stubborn. But you shouldn't have to do it more than twice to get the knots blonde. But since the knots are very, very small, I really don't need bleach, but I just don't want any black dots, you guys. I am going to bleach it. I might not even leave the bleach on for 30 minutes. I'm just gonna eyeball them. When you're bleaching knots, I don't care if you're bleaching 6 wigs at one time, make sure you're watching the bleach turn, because you want to make sure you're not over processing the knots. If you do, you will experience balding, you will experience shedding, you know, and if you're doing it on yourself, you don't want to deal with that. But especially if you're doing it for a client, you don't want them to experience shedding on their wig because of a mistake you made. So okay, so this is the wig. This is how I do mine. I have them all laid out here. And then what I do is I just literally go and I slather it. Whether this be a closure, a frontal, or whatever. I make sure I'm pushing firm enough to get it through to those knots, but not too firm where I run bleach through onto the hair. Now, if I get it on the cap, I don't care. I mean, it's the cap. So and I'm pretty good about doing this since I do it all day, every day, but take your time. You don't have to speed through this, especially if you're working on if all you do is your own hair, you have nothing but time, girl. Okay, that's what you want it to look like. On the flip side, that's what you want your knots. You want it to look like that. It's not going through. It's thick enough where it's just literally sitting on the knots. Now, I'm going to watch this, and after 10 minutes, I'm going to come back and see how the knots are looking. Okay, you guys, so this is what the knots are looking like. And they're about my skin color. I don't have to get them super blonde. I just need to get them like light brown. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and rinse this out. And then it's no particular shampoos I like, but I've really been loving this line. So I'm gonna shampoo it out with this. And I really, really love this one more than the other one, the keratin infusion. Then I'm gonna put this conditioner in it, let it sit for 10 minutes. This gets your wigs so freaking like smooth. So screenshot that. And I'm going to rinse it out, let it dry just a little bit, and then I'm gonna begin plucking. I don't like to pluck with my wig super like soak down wet. I like them to be a slightly air dry, just a little like damp, wet enough. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna do that. Okay, so this is how I pluck my wigs. I usually use these little T-pins here and stick the sides down, but I don't think I'm gonna have to do a lot of plucking to this unit, so I could just hold it like this and pluck. So what I do is, for one, I like to really do it when it's freshly washed. I washed out the conditioner, and it's another day, by the way, too, you guys. I be busy, okay? But as you can see, the hairline is really good. But what I'm going to do is, I don't part and pluck because I don't like bald spots. I like everything to be uniformed. So what I'm gonna do is, I always go from right to left. I always start on this side. And sometimes I'll even part out the baby hairs if it's closures, and I'll pluck there and then start plucking behind the baby hairs. That way, when you pluck the way I'm about to pluck, if you carve out baby hair, sometimes it's too thick behind the baby hair. But what I'm gonna do is literally start plucking random. I start within the hairline, thin out the hairline first whenever it's pre-plucked like this. If it's not pre-plucked and it's thick from start to the back, I literally break up the hairline first like that, and then I'll start plucking into the wig. But since this is pre-plucked, I'm gonna start plucking into the wig. You don't want to keep your tweezers in one spot for too long. That's how you get bald spots. Y'all know, y'all already know how it goes. I'm pretty sure y'all have heard that a million times. But I like to thin out my hairline, pull it back like this until it starts looking like my hairline or my client's hairline. Some of my clients like their wigs more plucked than others. That's a personal preference. That's what they like. That's what I'm gonna do. But as for me, I don't like my wigs over plucked. I just like them to be thinned out and nice, because wigs are gonna start plucking themselves eventually, especially if you got good lace. It's eventually gonna start plucking itself. Like, the hairs are literally, you're gonna be able to pull them out. Especially if you have baby hairs. They'll just come right out. That's one of the cons of having good thin lace with small knots. You want your hairline to be wet. It helps pull the hair from the lace a little bit easier. Without, because sometimes if you pluck it dry, it'll break the hair and not pluck the hair from the lace. So the knot will still be there, but you'll be then made it super duper short. So see, when I pull this back, how it's looking. And now what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna reassure if there's any spots that don't look broken up and blended to me, I just pluck right in the middle of them. I want the hairline to be natural. And also, when I'm doing my wigs, I never ever cut right there. I always cut into the wig. That's how you get the most natural look. So a lot of y'all be scared to cut y'all hair, cut the hairline off. Don't be afraid to cut the hairline off. You're making this hairline yours. So you want to cut into the wig. Nobody's hairline is like this. Or at least mine's isn't. Let me say that. So as I'm cutting, I'm not going to cut here anyways. I'm going to go in Let me get a rat tail comb to show y'all exactly what I mean, because I want this to make sense. So I don't never cut right here. When I go in, for one, I'm gonna cut this off. That thick little thing right there, I'm gonna cut that off. So I'm gonna start here, and I'm gonna literally take my scissors or my razor and cut like that. So this is the hairline that I'm gonna be left with. So that's what I need to look as natural as possible, which is why I don't always start plucking at the front. I'll start plucking into the wig like this. And that's why I do that. Because some, if not all, of this hair won't even be here. Okay, and that is what we're looking like. So now, y'all are gonna get to see me install it. Okay, y'all, so I'm in my hair station now. I got the wig over here. It's all curled up. Damn, can't get it off. It's all curled up except for the front, because I'm thinking about doing curtain bangs. Well, I never curled the front whenever, because I like to curl it on my mannequin head. I curl the front while it's on my head so I can frame it. Is it too dark in here? I don't know if that's any better, but yeah. So I just got my little, I oiled my scalp. My baby fro is literally packed down to my head. I tied it down tight last night because who about to braid it? Who about to braid it? Okay, so I got both bands right here. The band that goes in the wig and the one for melting. Because we want to use the all WowAngel today, honey. So y'all ain't confused. Y'all know what wig this is. I be doing this too tight sometimes. And this is how I put on my wigs. I always go from front to back. So I put this wig band on first. And then I take the wig. And if it has a comb here, I'll flip it over. And I stick it under the band, but into my hair. Ooh, I just knew this wig was going to fit comfortable, Lord. Right on over my ear. No, I have not sprayed anything on the lace. Hold on, y'all. I gotta readjust this so y'all can see. Okay, I hope that's better. But this is what the wig is looking like. On my head, do I need to color it? No, it's not like the curly me, but I am gonna add just a little color, because sometimes what look good in here in my little studio area don't look the same when you go outside, honey. So just to be on the safe side, I'm adding just a tad bit of color. Okay, so what I did was I added the Ruby Kisses number 15, the darker shade. You can see my cap under there. You know this is real HD lace, honey, but we ain't gonna worry about that right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and part it. I'm sorry, y'all, my mirror is over here. Okay, so it's just a little bit dry. You don't want to tie your hair down while it's super duper wet. So get my melt band, put it on. And then I'm going to come back probably in a different area, because I ain't putting on no makeup today. And I don't want to close out the video with no makeup. But I'm going to come back and show y'all what it look like whenever it's completely done. Okay, so I decided I am going to close out the video, even though I don't have any makeup on. No lashes, no nothing, honey. And I guess you don't need a whole lot of lace cut whenever you're doing curtain bangs, because it's definitely not showing. But this is what the wig is looking like. It's very full, very pretty. But if you want to see the update on it after I wear it for a little while and play with it and restyle it and all of that stuff, then subscribe to the channel. I would love if you do that. Subscribe to the channel and look out for that video, because I can't give you any update on the hair or anything right now, because it's my first time putting it in my head. I don't know how the curls gonna hold. I don't know how the hair is gonna act with me restyling it, styling it, switching apart, all of that stuff. So I'll give y'all an update in about a week or two. Yeah, I think 2 weeks would be better. I really don't like giving early updates like that, but because after about a month, you know, the hair could start, it could turn into a whole another wig, honey. You know, you never know. But yes, that's it for today's video. If you like the video, please hit the like button. Do not forget to subscribe. Follow me on Instagram at Scout by Nicki Nicole. Follow me on TikTok at Scout by Nicki Nicole. You can also find me on Snapchat at Scout by Nicki. And as always, thanks for watching.
The truth, I look better under you. I can't lose when I'm with you. How can us lose?